What's up, y'all? It's Teal, and today we're looking at y'all's theories for Unova Remakes, whatever's coming in Pokemon 2024. It's just 2 months away. Something will be announced. Actually, I should get this out of the way. Pokemon released today a preview for the Epilogue DLC, which is content that extends past the Indigo disc. And y'all saw a small preview on my channel a few days ago. It's gone now, but they revealed that the release date is January 11th, which is in about 3 weeks. So check it out. They're cutting off Scarlet and Violet as of January to open something else in February. It's not confirmed, but you would think this would just drop in February if they didn't have plans for 2024. So let's see what Pokemon is doing. The current thoughts is Unova Remakes, maybe some other stuff you'll see in this video. So here's the first one. Gen 6 legendary is missing. Hey T-Tar, I don't know if you noticed, but of all the legendary pairs and trios, Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde in particular are missing, and you can't obtain them. We can maybe go back to Gen 6 theorizing with this because of that talk with skipping Unova Remakes next year. I feel like Gamefreak might try something unpredictable with X and Y. So he's saying facts here. So a couple layers here. First, I made this video talking about what I think they might do with Unova Remakes. Half of the idea was a cool vision I had, which is revisiting Unova without it being connected to the first 2 games. And then the other half of that video was talking about how Unova could be skipped. I don't know which one is true, and you would imagine Pokemon wouldn't skip a whole remake gen. But you gotta think, if they want to make money and they just think making black and white won't be as lucrative, there's a good chance they could skip it. But we don't know. We got 2 months, let's see what they do. But there's 2 things weird about this, right? The first is you can get the Gen 5 legendaries in this game and they're so just casually there. You would think if the games after this, extending Gen 9 further, would be Unova Remakes, that they wouldn't just give us those legendaries so quickly. But not only did they put Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem in the game for you to get, 1 in each version and then a group quest for Kyurem, but they didn't put the Gen 6 legendaries. And we know with Gen 6, it is a huge canvas for them. We all know they have much more to tell us about Gen 6 than they reveal. They have the real story of what was supposed to happen with Zygarde. They probably have the explanation for why Zygarde counters Xerneas and Yveltal's abilities and what history the 3 have. Did Xerneas and Yveltal used to fight back in the day? We barely know anything about X and Y, and as I said, since Gamefreak, they like to be passionate about what they do. Maybe if they don't see a proper opportunity for a new idea in Unova Remakes, they'll just go straight to Kalos. It's weird to think, but it's not impossible. Unova title and original dragon. Yo T-Tar, I had this idea while watching your recent upload. I know this might sound ridiculous, but what if the titles for Unova games would be something like Black City and White Forest itself? Black City is inclined to futuristic advancement features similar to Blueberry Academy, while the White Forest is inclined to environmental enhancements. Okay, they bring up a good point. Black City and White Forest is something huge that can connect what we know about Paldea to Unova, a cool connection. Because in Black and White, the games are split with past and future themes. And there's an NPC that even says this. I might have to look this up. But it is a literal futuristic city and then like a natural forest. If we still have Scarlet and Violet split as separate universes, it'd be cool if whatever Black City is involved with is tied with Violet, and then White Forest with Scarlet. And maybe like the knowledge of the Heath book it carried on or something. Okay, I'm trying to look it up and I found this post on Reddit that has a cool idea. They said that Reshiram's tail looks like an ancient torch. And then Zekrom's tail looks like a turbine. I never really noticed that. That's really cool. And Opaloosa also looks different in each game. Darn, I wish I noticed this myself. Y'all know I like to make myself look smart in front of y'all. This is actually really cool. Whoa. In Black and White, Opaloosa has a futuristic technological appearance, while in White and White 2, it has a traditional, more natural appearance. Darn. So we already have this past and future theme in different parts of Unova. Not just Black Forest and Opaloosa, but literally Zekrom and Reshiram. It makes sense, right? Reshiram is truths. So I guess it's more about traditions that work. And then Zekrom is ideals. So it's about maybe reaching for something ultimate. So it makes sense. One, Reshiram is themed on the past, kind of, and Zekrom on the future. This is wild. This is not what I'm actually looking for, though. There's an NPC in the game that literally says something like, I want to see the future. And in the other game, they say, I want to see the past. But I don't know how to, I don't know if I'm tripping. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm finding too much. So in Black and White, y'all remember in PokeStar Studios, you could do some weird things? There's one of the things you can do is called Time Gate Traveler series, where you're like fighting the future. And so some of the creatures you fight, remember you fight these weird creatures that aren't Pokemon, like a transport machine of a future Ladian with a staff, and it summons a trainer to fight you. They're like giving us a weird vision of the future. And then where's the T-Tar? Remember the actual future T-Tar they show us? So if the Scarlet and Violet theme carries on, even PokeStar Studios could turn into something where one game's talking about like monsters from the past, the other game monsters from the future. Where is the time traveling dude? All right, y'all, I'm gonna go through strides for this just for y'all. Wow, look what I'm doing. Ooh, White Forest, a place of nature's bounty. It attracts people who long for nature. Y'all, could you imagine some stories told where Paradox Pokemon have escaped from, because this is like a post-game area, White Forest and Black City, right? So where Paradox Pokemon, maybe someone went and took a bunch of Paradox Pokemon and they escaped into White Forest / Black City. So you go there and you actually see like an Iron Valiant on a building somewhere. Like it's just overtaken. That'd be so dope. Yo, they don't even have to introduce new ones. I'm trying to ask for the bare minimum, but I know they'll deliver if whatever happens. But even that, right? The existing Paradox is just chilling around Black City and White Forest. That'd be so cool. All right, Opalus is at the very top. So we're looking for a house where someone wants to trade us a Pokemon. Opalus is also the city where they freeze in Black 2 and White 2, right? It's like that's the city that has the main theme of the game. Something like that. What the frick? Your grandson. So wait up, y'all. If Drayden is here and you got this mom upstairs, is this his daughter? Because the young Drayden talks about his mom, right? What if this is... Our hopes are put in this melody. I will send them to the future. I've made a huge mistake. I think I was in Black 2 instead of Black. He says the same thing 2 years ago. The more the city develops, the more futuristic it will become. I want to return to the past. I want to do many things over again. My father, Bach, created a machine to see the future. I am making a machine to connect with the past, but I don't have enough electricity. I heard that in another world, there's another Opaloosa that looks very old-timey. Man, you want the move charge? Shut up. All right, y'all, I've come back with the move charge. Let's see what he says. Here we go. Yes, now the machine will work. Sucker, a cutscene? Now we can connect with the past. We connected with the past. Father, it's me, Time. Time? The gym leader? I owe you an apology. It returned to normal. It seems to run out of electricity. I connected with the past, but I guess my present self won't change. He wanted a time machine to say sorry rather than regretting the past. It is important to live in the present, which connects from the past as best as you can. So his theme with time was more about regrets, but this game, it may not be obvious on the surface, but truths and ideals is about the past and future, pretty much. What worked in the past, what we want to work in the future. So it may not be obvious, but that's actually what the themes are. So it carries on perfectly from Scarlet and Violet. This is why it feels like they wouldn't skip over it, but at the end of the day, you never know. All right, we are now in Pokemon White. So this is, oh, I don't even remember this. Opaloosa actually has, wow, this is the same. Are you still, now he's singing to the past, or she. The hopes of an ancient people are put into this melody. I will bring them to us now. Yeah, the game actually, this is, wait, this is where the house was before. The game is actually themed past and future. It's just not very obvious on the surface, but it is. Look, this is the same house. All right, look, it's the same dude. I want to know the future. I am very worried. I wonder how my child Time will spend the future. I thought Time was you will spend the future. I'm making a machine that connects the future and the present, but electricity is desperately short. I heard there's another Opaloosa city that looks very futuristic. All right, I'll charge your machine. But first, I gotta see who this is. Time, what will I be when I grow up? This is the guy who we just talked to in the other game. Why is he suddenly a kid? Thank you. Now my machine will work. All right, what's gonna happen this time? Now please show me the future. Where? So that's what the future's like. My precious time is growing up to be such a good kid. Oh, it returned to normal. But what an experience. I can't stop trembling. Even though I know the future, I guess my present time won't change. Rather than worrying about the future, it is important to live in the present, which connects to the future as best as you can. Okay, time, let's go out later. Today, let's play... Aw, come on. That's sweet. Either way, we learned more about the themes of the game. Alright, back to your theories. Ingo in Black and White 3/Legends Unova. I just had to jump in on this because your theories about a potential Unova non-remake game got me thinking. What if we not only see a different Tropigus there, but it, or something else time travel related, brings back Ingo since our boy is stuck in the past? Ingo knows too much. That would be cool to bring him back. His story started in Legends Arceus. Maybe this game will conclude his story. Maybe there's a quest with his brother Emmett to search for him and you go looking for him. Oh, that would be really weird. If there was just like a post-game mini quest where you find a Tropigus in Unova, right? And you use the Tropigus to go look for his brother. Oh, with Emmett on your squad. Anything goes, y'all. The main thing to factor is whether Gamefreak will continue Tropigus's relevance or not, because Tropigus has so much potential. It feels like they only started with it. They could really use Tropigus again and do a lot of fun stuff in Unova. Okay, so about future Unova games. Fans would be upset if the next mainline game didn't have a substantial amount of new Pokemon. How do we get new Pokemon into Unova? So this is true, but I don't think they necessarily need to add a bunch of Pokemon really if they were to do Unova the way I said. They would just introduce like 5, 6, maybe up to like 10 new Pokemon that you find in Unova, but it'd be done in tasteful areas. So maybe the 3 starters would evolve differently. Maybe there's like a 4th new monkey, Bolt, Panbolt. Maybe some existing Pokemon get new evolutions. Maybe you could introduce some new regional variants, Unovan variants. You know what? To really make it seem like a proper new game, they could give like a good 20 new Pokemon. But they don't have to do the whole like 100 that you would require if it was an actual Gen 10 game. Oh, they've given an explanation too. Maybe bringing over the Terrestrial phenomenon has different effects on the different environments and causes Unova Pokemon to evolve into new forms and new regional variants. Hey, they got some other ideas. I like this guy. An explanation for the big plot of the game. Kyurem fused with the Terrestrial crystals and has gone rampant in a new form. I would like this, y'all. So if Kyurem got a Terrestrial state, you don't have to jump straight to the original dragon, right? You could just give Kyurem this Terrestrial state that's going crazy. You could have us finding Zekrom or Reshiram and awakening its Terrestrial state, beating Kyurem up, and then ultimately at the very end of the game, in some temporary climax, somehow you remake the original dragon. Maybe imagine something like you're in the climax in some weird cave area, you with Zekrom, someone else with Reshiram, and whoever has Kyurem, and terrestrializing all 3 at the same time in a certain circumstance causes them all to merge. But yeah, ball's really in Gamefreak's court. You know, there's a lot they can do with the Unova idea we talked about, and I know it's really far-fetched to say right now, and I might look really stupid in about 2 months when they do announce the next games, but I really think Pokemon Yin and Yang, the way I said it, would be a really cool idea. Let's see if I look stupid or not. Alright, make sure I'll shank that like button. Keep sending me your ideas. We're having a lot of fun, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.